Yeah, ready.
Alright, so hey guys, my name is Jerry. So as I just introduced you, first of all, I want to ask you guys some questions. Who is here to improve your public speaking skill? And who is nervous of presenting in front of people? And who is also nervous that maybe English is not your first language? And who is also here because you just want to be more confident in life? So me too. I was really the same. At first, first of all, I never thought that I could be here speaking to you guys. Never ever. Let me just introduce my background. So me and Tom, we are from Vietnam. So at first, in the country Vietnam, so we always see like Vietnamese people in general. And then that's one day when we were 14 years old. Our parents was like, sit in a meeting, and they're like, they talk to us, me and Tom, and they're like, wow, Tom and Jerry, you guys want to go to Canada to study? I was like, what? I can't even speak English. At that time, me and Tom, we just know how to say hi, how are you? That's all we know. So, as a person who don't know English and who's so scared to talk to people, it is very hard decision for me and Tom to take. So we are like, should we go or not? And they're like, just go. Yeah, and at first we went, the airplane and everything, and we land to Canada. And then we see like the airport, all the size, all of that stuff, it's all English. And we see a lot of like different kind of people, like can be like brown skin, can be white, can be black, can be whatever. Like we've never ever seen people from different background before. So at that time, as you can see, we were so nervous and we couldn't speak a word of English. Okay? We couldn't speak English. So at that time, me and Tom, we just went to school and then we come back. So it's just like normal. And in the class, we didn't even speak because we scared. Like, what if people don't understand my accent? What if like people can say something bad? What if I talk to them and they don't like me? All of that thinking came up to my mind, right? And I was like, well, I really want to go back to my country because I can speak that language. I can communicate with people. So, we were so nervous and we cannot talk to other people in Canada. That's why when we come to college and university, that's time we start to know Toastmaster, and we are 10. And that time I have to go here and speak, to you guys, just the same situation. And I was like, wow, I did it. I mean, I don't even know if you guys understand everything that I'm saying. At least I did it. Right? I did it. And right now at this moment you can see me stand here confidently speaking to you guys. And now if I think back to that time, I was like, I don't want to swear or anything, but I was like, wow, shit made up in your mind. Okay? It's all about that. So whatever you're thinking right now, whatever can be a struggle, can be an excuse, can be some difficulties. Whatever you're thinking right now, it's just an excuse. And when you expand the context, when you come out of your comfort zone, you talk to people, you do what you feel uncomfortable doing. So I always use something like, I'm being comfortable doing uncomfortable things. Let's say right now I'm standing here, maybe I feel uncomfortable, but I have to be comfortable doing uncomfortable stuff. That's how you grow. So if any of you here are new, and you're scared to speak in front of people, and you may feel, wow, what if they give me some bad feedback? What if they criticize me? What if they just don't like the way I speak? That's okay. That's why you're here. That's why we're here to help you. So when you go to real world, when you get a job after school, when you talk to your boss or whatever, when you do that, you can speak to them confidently. Let me give you an example of how important is public speaking. When you go to a job interview, okay, this is what I've done a lot of time before. Actually, the interviewer, the person who interviews you, they don't really look at your resume. They like, one day they can interview like 100 people. They're scanning 100 resumes. That's what they're doing. But the things that make you different from other people is how do they perceive them? How do you talk to them? How do you use your body language? How do you use your eye contact? How do you dress? That's all about being confident. So that's what makes you different from other people. Because you can see all of us, we are all going to have a degree, okay? We're all going to get that piece of paper. But the difference from you and other people is this. So if you're scared to get a job, if you're scared to go for interviews, if you feel that, wow, I'm not good enough, if you feel that you cannot do certain things, that's why you're here. That's why you're here to learn that. And this skill especially is not taught in your class. Because in your class, in your lecture, the professor just talk for like 3 hours. And you're there just to listen, to take notes. But you never get a chance to stand in front of the classroom, present something. And last week, I went to Tony Robbins' event, if you guys know Tony Robbins. And I went up to stage, I spoke for 5 minutes to 10,000 people. Okay, 10,000 business owners. They're not students. I'm just a guy, a young guy, but I spoke to people who have like 6-7 figures businesses. And I have never ever imagined I can speak to them, but I did. So the last thing I want to leave for you guys is, if me, from a person in a third world country, don't know English, come here to study English, okay? And you can see I'm Asian, and you can see that I speak with an accent. If a person like me can stand here and do this, so can you? Thank you.